This is by far the most needed beer I've had in quite a while, because I saw that there was a post up by The Independent that said, why don't we do dry COVID and not drink alcohol for the entirety of this pandemic? And I have 2 words to retort against that. Hell no. So in regards to gaming-related news, there hasn't been a lot, I'll be honest. There hasn't been a lot of changes to many things because not a lot is going on. You know, most people are at home isolating or in self-quarantine, and I hope everyone who's listening here is doing well with staying inside. Do stay inside, it's very important. I hope you're all isolating. Hope you've still got stuff to do, because I can understand it gets quite boring, but I hope everyone's alright. But in terms of the news, not a lot has happened. It's mostly been about films being put back, and you know, I saw that Artemis Fowl was being put on Disney Plus rather than being released into cinemas. You had James Bond being moved all the way to November. But I'm happy to say that some news has finally come up. It's something I can actually talk about. I was going to talk about it a few days ago when it came out, but my housemate and I have been discussing it and what's been going on, because we're quite big fans of the game coming out, and that being Last of Us 2. Now, Sony and Naughty Dog both put out individual tweets stating that The Last of Us 2 has been delayed indefinitely due to this coronavirus pandemic. The interesting thing behind it is that this follows another release date delay that had pushed the game back until May 2020. You know, not long after it had been announced for February. You know, prior to that it was due 2019. I'm fairly sure, you know, I think it was October 2019. So it's been going on and on and on and on, so it keeps getting pushed back. But they say it's not due to development, so I have no idea what to think about it. The latest delay has no release date attached to it, so we don't actually have a clue as to when it's going to come out. So we have no idea. We're pretty much, you know, this has come out the blue, and I can understand why, but it seems a bit, you know, we have nothing to go on. We're just waiting for this game. I know a lot of people do actually really like the original Last of Us. I'm going to put this out there. I haven't finished it. Oh, I can hear the riot against my door already. But it's true, I haven't actually finished The Last of Us. I got it, I never bought it when it came out, and I only got the remastered version quite recently when it was on PS Plus, and I just never had the chance to finish it. I've never gotten around to doing that, so I should probably do that by the time this one comes out. But I know that, you know, The Last of Us was released to critical acclaim. It was considered the best game of 2013, I believe. I'm probably getting those dates wrong. Turns out I was right. It was 2013. It was considered the best game of that year, and that was a big year. That was when GTA 5 came out, so, you know, you can see the level of detail and level of acclaim that these games have been getting. I can understand that with the coronavirus, there's so many things we don't understand about it, and everyone's safety is more important than just getting a game out, which is totally understandable. I don't know, it's just interesting to me because I'm a big Naughty Dog fan. Uncharted is one of my favorite series. I was never as invested as, you know, when I was playing Uncharted or whatever. It's a great game, don't get me wrong, but I just never got involved with it. Another thing to mention is that Sony has previously said that the coronavirus pandemic shouldn't impact the release of the PS5, which is due also at the end of this year. So they're totally fine bringing out a console, but who knows, you know, all the games are being postponed slightly further back, so who knows what's going on. Naughty Dog's exact statement in the tweet was, "We were bummed about this decision, but ultimately understood that it's what's best and fair to all of our players. We're hoping that this won't be a long delay, and we'll update you as soon as we have new information to share." So it's a positive outlook. They're just trying the best that they can, and I think that with all the delays that are happening, it's an interesting time to be a player of games and a watcher of films. You know, this is just, we're in this sort of bubble. I mean, Disney Plus has recently come out, so that's probably what people are moving towards. But I don't know, it's just an interesting time, really. Similarly, the PlayStation Twitter account released an update saying that SIE has made the difficult decision to delay the launch of The Last of Us Part 2 and Marvel's Iron Man VR until further notice. They're just slipping that in there because I didn't know that was a thing. No one else knew that was a thing. No one cares about Iron Man VR. Logistically, the global crisis is preventing us from providing the launch experience our players deserve. Now that is fine, I understand that. Regardless, we'll get updates in the future. I'm sure we'll hear much more about it later in the next few months. But the message still remains the same. We're all going to gain new information from this. We're going to learn a lot more about what's going on. Delays are probably going to become more prominent in, you know, basically anything. You know, we're expecting releases that were meant to be now, you know, all the way into 6 months from now or even further. So we don't know what's going to happen, but hopefully everything will be sorted out. We can get on with things and hopefully everything will be fine. But anyway, I hope everyone's safe. I hope everyone's healthy. Do say if you're excited for this game, or if you don't. I'm trying to get the comments actually to do something. You won't, but it's nice to mention that might happen. And yeah, hopefully we'll hear about this in the future. Stay safe and good luck to everyone. Don't, you know, just be nice to each other. Don't be dicks. Oh, that's good beer.